At the heart of Bears Ears National Monument in southeastern Utah is Cedar Mesa, a remote plateau of juniper woodlands carved by dozens of deep, secluded canyons. Amongst the towering canyon walls, remnants of cliff dwellings, rock images, and artifacts tell the story of an ancient civilization. Considered sacred by indigenous tribes, we visit these sites with respect and do not disclose specific names or location details. These cliff dwellings were constructed in the mid-1200s and represent the last period of occupation by ancestral Puebloans, who farmed and hunted on top of mesas and inhabited the canyons where there was water and shelter. These ancient ruins provide amazing insights into their society and daily lives, so let's have a closer look. Ancestral Puebloans use masonry techniques for outer wall construction, consisting of sandstone rocks with flat surfaces, mud as mortar, and chinking with small rocks to enhance support. White chinking rocks in neat patterns may have served a decorative purpose as well. Numerous loopholes in the outer defensive wall were sloped downwards and probably served as observation ports, allowing a full view of the canyon. These pictographs of a wide band design and a serpent pattern are beautiful and mysterious. We can only imagine what stories they tell. Once you enter the corridor behind the defensive wall, sunlight fades away and the air cools. In this quiet and tranquil interior, the lives of the earlier inhabitants become tangible. Cliff dwellings like this typically had rooms with different purposes: habitation rooms or living rooms, granaries for food storage, general storage rooms, kivas for communal and ceremonial purposes, and courtyards. Based on the number of rooms, archaeologists estimate about 30 people lived here. The call walls were constructed using vertical poles. Space in between was filled with smaller branches secured with willow twig ties and strips of yucca leaf, and finished with mud. Habitation rooms had benches, shelves, and a hearth, the fires blackening the ceiling. Here we see a detail of the smooth outer wall with a smoke vent, and we again see a motif of the wide band with triangular shapes and small circles. These pictographs have been here for almost 8 centuries and are amazingly well preserved. In a second cluster of dwellings, we explore further. Habitation rooms like this one is where much of the daily activities occurred, providing sleeping quarters, a place to prepare food, and to cook meals. Nearby granary rooms were important for food storage in case crops of maize, beans, or squash failed due to the dry and unpredictable climate. Roofs were typically constructed of primary beams from juniper trees with side-by-side wood shakes perpendicular to the beams and a thick layer of mud placed on the shakes. We continue east along the canyon ledge for a third cluster of structures. There are several habitation rooms, a connected room, followed by a row of granaries. To this day, ancient maize cobs, much smaller than modern-day corn, still remain in the granaries, which is only possible because of the extremely dry climate. The number and variety of ancient ruins on Cedar Mesa are truly astounding. Some ruins are in very good condition, while others have deteriorated over time or were vandalized. Many artifacts have been taken illegally. Hopefully, with the protections of Bears Ears National Monument, future generations can witness the majestic beauty of these culturally significant remains and rock images, such as these pictographs that were made as positive handprints, likely with mineral or plant-based pigments. Present at some ruins are milling sites like this one, where mono rocks were used to grind maize into meal on a flat rock surface and over time created metate grooves. Cedar Mesa has long been a marginal environment for agriculture. Annual rainfall was extremely low and a dry year could be devastating. During the late 1200s, many of the habitation areas were converted to food storage. Archaeologists have two possible explanations: that inhabitants were storing up enough food for other residents of the canyon, or that storage of surplus food was a buffer against increasingly poor harvests. Both are possible, but there's evidence of increasing drought conditions in the late 1200s, which may have led to the abandonment of Cedar Mesa at that time. This history of occupancy and abandonment is even more mysterious due to the many petroglyphs and pictographs that remain today. For example, these petroglyphs depict animals and human-like figures such as this wolf man. Also commonly depicted are plants and symbols like the yucca and circular shield. Most intriguing is this upside-down bird hanging from a stick. It may depict a scarlet macaw, which were traded from Mesoamerica to this region as they were prized for their cultural significance and feathers. Unfortunately, some of these ancient images have been vandalized, including from bullets that damaged this petroglyph. What person would desecrate such a national treasure? Navajo call this site Sahana, or rock that tells a story. This well-known petroglyph has etchings spanning 2,000 years, and although we can only speculate what specific stories were told, recognizable are hunting scenes and animals, including bison, bighorn sheep, flying squirrels, an elk herd, and bear paws. Exploring Bears Ears National Monument provides a window into this culturally significant landscape and deepens our appreciation of the enduring connection between humans and nature. But these sacred lands are fragile and subject to the whims of political decisions. They need our continued protection. Thank you for watching Earth Focus Images.